The curse of gambling is strong, removing all normal cards. With these terrible trades, we are left with nothing but balls. Can the Ball Juggler slay the Spire, or is he cursed to juggle through the Spire for eternity? The perfect class, an ancient technology, ball juggling. Deal with the whale. So boss relics are rare, I'm gonna gamble on that, and I've traded my one free ball for a tiny house. This is the worst deal ever. It is, because I had one ball, and I get 3 ball affecting cards, but I just gave away my starting ball. Very standard things, a cursed run before it even starts. Amazing. But look at this magic, we can spawn a ball, then we can recurse that ball, so we use the ball when we get it back, and then we can dual cast the ball for big damage. Very cool, and it ignores their defenses. Hopefully ball juggling is strong, else I'm gonna have to experience whatever happens to me when I fail to slay the Spire. We walk into a face trader, and at least a few of those faces are goblin faces. But I'm a robot man, I don't have a face, I don't need a face. But sure, let's flip the ball and see if we get a good face or a bad face. It's a bad face. The curse is strong. We now start every combat weak, but balls are not affected by weakness. So the stupid face trader trying to scam the big brain Ball Juggler. And in this cursed Spire, surely there are more face traders. I can trade away the bad face that I never needed in the first place. Or will they just pry my robot face out of my robot skull? I wonder what my face is worth now. And why are balls not affected by weakness? Only physical things you do directly with your arms are weakness, not whatever you do with your balls. But wait, are balls then not physical? Magical balls, theoretical balls. But we are beating up a bald birdman again. He is buffing himself every turn, so he's going to scale into insanity if I don't deal with him. But we have the magic trick again. Spawn a ball, dual cast a ball. Casting the ball is better than the passive ball, and we can go into AoE lightning. So now we are Mr. Lightning Balls that gave away his starting ball for a tiny, microscopic house. Good news though, the mad part of my brain figured out what the house is for. That is where we stash the goblins until we need them. And when do you ever need a goblin? How do you do, fellow ball robots? I'm still not certain if I am, and it's the same for these guys, I think. Am I made out of balls, or am I powered by balls? And AoE lightning is amazing here. We're cleaving down all of them at the same time. They are filling my deck with trash though. We are the same kind. Like the first time I run into my robot brethren and they want to murder me instantly. Why? We also need to improve our ball juggling skills, because I can only juggle 3 balls for now. We can also recurse a ball, which is kind of like recycling a ball back to the back of the juggling pile. So this old robot boy has a couple of tricks that we can use. And now I'm just getting 10 damage passively on all of them every turn. This should make it very easy to just climb up the entire tower. No, sorry, blasphemy. It's a spire. Okay, a pen nib, double damage. But I'm assuming that does not work with balls, so it's not as good as we would like. I can heal and play it safe, or I can just gamble and upgrade a card. Having some draw is nice, but that's a frost ball, so anti-synergy is my kind of synergy. I'm here for the science, the big sap science. Meat on the bones, free heal if I am injured, which is fantastic. I gambled my way into that being useful, but I don't have any meat or bones. Although why do I need that? This is meat on a bone for me to eat, not my meat on a bone for someone else to eat. Right. As always in these games, I have to question, am I the bad guy? Because I arrived in here and just ball slapped this creature awake, so no surprise it's angry. Is the Spire in fact just a magical sunshine, rainbows, charity and world peace spreading operation that I am now ruining with my cursed presence? We seem to have good enough cards and or balls to deal with this. dazed, sleeping spider in a shell ball. And I have now lined up the pen thing, so we have a double damage hit. He has 4 HP, so it doesn't matter. But we get 14 damage. Wow. Mr. Big Attacks. More fantastic anti-synergy. I did ramble something about rainbows, so I am clairvoyant, I can see the future. And I have found a rainbow of balls, or a dark ball. One specific ball for all the balls. And in the shop I see Blizzard. So I am now investing in the lightning balls and the frost balls. I'm assuming that's dumb, and I should just commit to one of them. But with the Blizzard we can turn block balls into a raining ball blizzard from the sky, which is hopefully good. And it also transforms the big brain strategy to a single brain cell strategy, where it's just more frost balls is more good. Normally I find fighting these guys can be a bit slow. They spawn trash cards in my deck, and if I don't have a very aggressive deck, it just takes forever. But now we're fighting the blue ball guys as the blue ball juggler, who has the gluer balls. Blue balls, it's very hard, this thing. I'm not editing glue balls, but through the power of rambling insanity, I have transplanted that image in your brain anyway. You're welcome. Double evoke the AoE frost balls, lightning balls that time. It's amazing. Now I'm sure a deck built for AoE damage is going to have a problem with something else, but we just need better balls and more balls. And I know you can do those things. Maybe that's a nice challenge. How many balls can I juggle? 10 damage AoE. And we can also recurse the lightning ball. Nice. Just the rain of balls deletes everything. Anger the mushrooms, another fantastic decision, but if we just have faith in the AoE balls, and now both the balls are AoE capable, all shall be fine. But this is a fantastic design, one of my favorites. A very cursed enemy to roll into. And why am I always rolling? Mr. Big Shungus Slime. And I have a luxury problem here. I have a potion that will give me fill all my slots with dark balls, which will do a lot of damage. Or I have my lightning balls and my frost things that I have committed to all of them now. So which one do we choose? What's the better one? And I'm seeing a problem here right away. We cannot have the same color balls that he has. Are my lightning balls actually slime balls? So I'm infiltrated by the slimes. Is that why this robot guy became self-aware? Just tiny droplets of slime got in under his eyeballs and into his core. We have found a new curse and also a new purpose, because now maybe we try to go away from the slime balls into frost balls. But to do any more science and experiments and learn, like gamble too hard, which I am definitely doing. I'm hoping I will learn faster that way. I don't know what's good, so we just see what goes horribly wrong. It's hopefully funnier either way. And we have... Okay, this looks like, again now I have split him at the worst possible health because of my... the slime ball, of course, is betraying me. Drink your potion, robot man. Wait, where is his potion hole? The worst split possible, basically. Yes, the big brain moves. The brain on this robot man definitely disconnected, offline, thrown in the trash. Or just sold to the space basement whale. That's what the Ironclad did. So now we have a brain salesperson also. It's really the Blizzard card that is good here, because my manual hits are terrible. But we can channel quite a lot of frost things now. So the upgraded Blizzard is now 27 damage. Nice. So the Frost Blizzard, very clutch. These are my new favorite cards, I'm gonna say. We have one last split of the eyeball slime. Are they getting more eyeballs with every split? Because then you could sell that. That's also sort of cursed. Would you like your new eyeballs to be grown on a slime? Or the back of a mushroom rat? Or would you rather rip out a power core from the face hole of Mr. Robot and use that as your eyes? Look at this, we get to kill them manually. What a flex. So having good cards is good, better cards is more good. Goblin logic still holds up, which is good to know. A card to fish for a card that you actually want, that sounds incredible. So boss relics we have gain extra energy, but you can no longer obtain potions. Or the same thing, but we can no longer upgrade our cards when we rest. Or the last option, gamble away all my strikes and defense for random cards of any rarity. The curse of balls have now struck fully. We are all in on the balls, everything else is gone. I found a problem with the balls. This guy has plated armor. If you attack that normally, you will lower the stack and he will be easier to hit. But balls do not touch plated armor. So I'm going to have to do some science again to learn how these things work. Balls are immune to some things, but they are also not affected by other positive things. So when are they good? When are they bad? How do I build a deck that makes sense? Or should I just never build a deck that makes sense and just go mad all the time? On Ascension 1, I'm guessing I can get away with whatever. I can spec into 2 different builds at the same time. They will not blend, no matter how hard I try to slap them into one. But if I do slap them into one, yellow and blue, we will make green balls. Which is either the eyeball slime or the parasite dude, what we just slapped. Now I wish I could actually combine them, because then I could have my own army of bad guys fighting the other bad guys and I can just retire. Get myself a nice spire. One of this a lot higher than this cursed mediocre spire. Tiny birds should not be a problem with all the lightning we have. We also have the Seek card, so I can pick whatever card I want from my deck. More lightning, more good, but we can also just get the shield card. That way I get shields and I can still go through my balls and get enough lightning strikes that we're fine. There is some level of synergy after all. We have 1 ball gain. Now we have 1 ball loose. Don't let your balls loose. Upgrade the cards what you don't have, or remove a thing from your deck what you don't like. More Blizzard from the shop person. Sure, I guess we are going into that. And then I think it's time to drop the other card, which I have 2 of as well. I definitely don't need both. That is for another time, when we gamble with a different kind of ball. But I am now really all in on the balls. And we run into a boss. Wait, they are smaller. Is that because I have a relic where they have 25% less health, which is very nice. But they also look smaller than normal. That's a nice touch. This guy is trying to wound me. I can't bleed. I'm a robot ball man. The deck is now nice and ordered. All the cards are blue. I have more room to juggle more balls. Frozen balls might hurt your hands if you juggle them too hard. But if I can get this to be just more frost all the time, it's very easy with the Blizzard card. 14 damage. Nothing incredible, but it will only go up. And while it goes up, I hopefully will not go down, because I will block some of the damage. Still don't have anywhere near enough block. We need more focus. And that leads me to the next question. Why is it called focus? Having something that boosts the orbs of this class is fantastic, but the name, if I focus hard, really hard, my balls are better, more deadly? How does that work? So I am either an intellect-based spec or just a madness-based spec. There's nothing physical here anyway. No manual hits, no strength building, that's for the peasants. And what a terrible start against this new elite. I had the dual cast, I could evoke my no balls, so I do absolutely nothing. But we are fighting a book of stabbing, that's also a fantastic idea. And he is definitely smaller. You can see just the attack thing above his, I was gonna say his head, he doesn't have a head. But that's how tall he is supposed to be. The Ball Juggler is so incredibly mighty that the enemies just shrink at the sight of me, making them 25% easier to slap out of existence. But my damage buildup is slow, so I'm trying the Darkness Balls. They just passively gain damage until you evoke them. So if I can get that with a double hit when it's stacked up a bit, it's just gonna nuke him back into the book what he came from. I'm always thinking in these games, books are for nerds, but this is very much a shad coming out of a book because it's just one big arm with a massive knife. But he's made a mistake today, like we already told the last elite. I'm a robot man. Try to wound me. I can't bleed. I'm immortal. Or am I just falling into the curse of overconfidence again? I like these cards where we draw and channel a frost orb. So we are fishing for a big blizzard. But while I'm fishing, I'm also boosting the blizzard, so when it arrives, when it deems me worthy of its presence, it will be that much stronger. And the Matryoshka in this game is multi-loot, not multi-ball. Very cool. And a card where I can gamble on a random power card. Fine. More gambling, more madness. Okay, we have a fine start here. Just set up the balls for the future, more slots. Already hitting multiple targets with the lightnings. Amazing. So we run into again the big boss nerd at the top of... No, not the top. He's not the super cool king of the Spire. He's just a frustrated, mediocre middle manager. Perfect. Insult the bosses instantly. I'm not making my life easier. I have a potion for dark balls again, and I'm still thinking they can build up and really help with something like a boss. But it's one per slot, which I didn't realize. So I get more of them, which is cool, but I get rid of all the frost balls. So we have moved to fancier juggling, but now I don't know how I'm going to survive. Blizzard is still amazing here as well with the ads, actually dealing with them sort of fine. Trust in the balls, and they shall carry you to victory. Or was it was focus on the balls? Yes, make them stronger. And now we're drawing some more interesting options. We have the rainbow for more balls. We have a random power card, which gives me focus. Fantastic, exactly what I wanted. And I think we can, like, it's late enough in the fight that I'm not gonna go into negative focus when I lose that. And we can also seek for the best card in the entire pile, which would be the aggregate, maybe more energy. Did I need that? I'm not sure. But we can dual cast a big dark ball. We can rainbow up some more balls, and then we can also gain energy for the next turn. Just sitting there buffing like a... What a nerd. Just keep drawing, get more frost things. We can draw based on the cards we have. Cool. And then we can recurse some balls. Don't try that if you're a programmer. Infinite recursion with whatever balls you have. Very bad. 2 focus, but I lose the back ball. Perfect. My very best ball, I sacrificed it for nothing. But we started with bad trades. Might as well continue the same. Drawing both blizzards when he has the ads back. It's time for some big slaps. It's not as fantastic as I would have hoped, but it's nice to have the combo. You can block and damage out of the same cards. Surely that's a very good build. Potentially a very good build. It also needs to be played well. And now it doesn't matter what we do, because we will just pop the lightning orb. And the nerd is no more. Another darkness essence. Okay, we can really go in on whatever we want. Creative AI. Random power card at the start of your turn. That's more gambling. Fine. Why would I not gamble? Transform and upgrade. I think I am consistently choosing the worst rewards, or at least the ones with the highest risk of being absolutely terrible. We can dupe a card. What's the best card to dupe? It has to be the Blizzard, right? So we're not generating any more frost things, but we have just more options to nuke based on the frost things that we have. And here we have, well, we can start with the AI and we see what happens. We are now gambling every turn on a power card. That's gonna do something. And I have no idea what it will do. Loop. Passively activate the balls that I don't have. Fantastic. But we can get some balls. We are good at that. We can also get more room for more. Juggle some more balls, more fancy. And now this is nice because defragment and having more slots, so we have more balls and they are better. Plasma ball is energy ball, which is amazing. So normally I find quite a lot of boss options that give you more energy, but this time I haven't seen any at all. But as a cool robot man, I can just spawn in my own. I don't have to obey the rules of the game. And we just continue to gamble on cards. We still take the reflect damage from these two, which is pretty bad. So maybe we just hang on to that. But they are also buffing, so this is one of those things where it just gets worse. Either I take the hit now, or I get slapped so much harder very soon. And lightning does strike the same point many, many times. Shopping time. There's a boss card, the Seek. Upgrade random skills. Start with focus, yes. But I didn't know they were actually selling cards that you can normally only get from bosses. That's pretty cool. We roll with the AI now. On a cheap loop card. Like, I have so many power cards. Do I need to buy more power cards? Like, you don't have to just because it's on sale. Fine. More cards is more good. But now we ran into Snake Kleptomancy Lady and her snake daggers that hit very, very hard. How do I handle this? I'm thinking I do the dark balls because then I will cast through all my frost balls and get some armor. We have a bullseye that will do... We can mark a target and they will take more damage from balls, which is cool, but then you can't aim the balls, so you never know if that's good. So I'm thinking that's not a very fantastic card. I can do 14 direct damage and then gamble that this guy explodes, maybe. So, well, I have 2 lightning strikes after also. So do we get lucky or not? Yes. Lightning is on my side. I'm the new god of thunder. Defect ball man, not Thor or whatever the Nordic big nerd god is called. I don't have a hammer, I have floating magical balls, as they are. These dudes just hit very hard, they get spicy so fast. But we can 2 damage, I can do that, that's manageable. Then I still have to get a big slap. Got kinda lucky with the draw of a free card. And now it's just the age-old problem of do the damage. In many games, if you just do enough damage, you don't have to care about any mechanics. If I delete her in 2 turns, what is she gonna do? No fancy tactics needed. Just roll in with the biggest caveman style and dunk everything in 1 hit and problem solved. Very cool. Well, I'm not sure a caveman is capable of juggling, so it's not as interesting to watch. I'm instantly disappointed with the bullseye card, so she has the debuff now where she takes 50% increased damage. My lightning balls do 4 damage. Now they do 6. So 9 per hit. Like, it's not really that good, is it? If I have 400 focus, if I'm the most focused boy in the entire universe, maybe it's fine. I think we just use all these cool-headed cards. The Blizzard gambling is working well because for every gamble I do, the Blizzard card is stronger. Are we doing 30? That's way better than the 9 from my balls. And I now have the pen double damage hit again, so that will work with the Blizzard card, I'm pretty sure. But that's for another time, because in this game, the balls make the cards irrelevant. That's the reverse of Peglin. Big severed head somewhere on the inside of the whale. I have 1,000,000 cards. This guy is interesting, but also a problem. For every card you play, he gets debuffed, and he takes more damage. So if I can play many, many cards, my hits are then better. But I don't do many hits. I'm just a magical ball juggler, and I'm not sure that they are boosted by the damage taken increase that he has. But we can go... Yeah, the big 7 from that card, also nice. I don't have that many debuffs on him now. And he's a very slow starter, but you still need to delete him, because now he's just hitting super hard every turn. And I can luckily get quite a lot of block, but if I can't get rid of him... Now we can do decent damage with the Blizzard, so just play another card, 1 more, boost them a little bit, and then just dunk him with... Now we have the pen thing as well also. 57. Wow. My Blizzards are so strong and impressive against the 500 health dude. We fall out of the Spire again. Am I gonna do this every time? Like, I'm not very good at slaying the Spire. I need to ascend the Spire, but every single run I fall out of the Spire. I have to start from the bottom again, run all the way up, and then continue on my way to do whatever I'm doing in this cursed whale hole. Now I did also find an amplify card, which you saw in the first round here. So I have 10 ball slots instantly. But because at the start of the run, I traded away my one free ball for a tiny house for the goblins, I have nothing. So all this room, I could juggle so many balls and I don't have a single one. But this frost deck seems to be working well. I don't know how well it will handle higher difficulties. I also just have 1,000 relics, I realized. I got very lucky on finding so much. I assume that's not normal. We can just do a big blizzard. 18 damage. Damage is the downside. I need to channel so many more frost things, because that's also now my source of damage. And we have walked into some kind of birdman ritual. There's a dagger still in the chest of the bigger, angrier bird in the back, and the bald dudes are channeling their flames and waving their magical sticks, maybe, that they used to boost this guy. So the second boss, the big old nerd dude, was taken out. Some of the bald birds survived. They went and found the big bird brain throne, and now they are trying to bring the big bad, slightly larger bird back to life. Unless we can drown them all in a flood of balls first. But whatever we are inside has swallowed 2 birdmen and a big super bird what has also been stabbed. I can almost guarantee that I will not stab him anymore, so he would be better just joining me on this side and eating the bald birdos that were stabbing him back to life. However that works, nobody knows. I'm just a nice, friendly ball collector. The fact that they are magical and flying around me and that I seem to also be... My core is an even bigger ball, and my face also has 1 or 2 balls. Never mind that. Definitely nothing sketchy about all those things, and I'm the good guy. Just chill out, play more frost cards, let him do whatever he wants. We have the pen now though. 55 block in a turn, surely that's decent. And I have some focus. 1 dex doesn't really help much because most of it is not from cards. But I only have... Like, Blizzard is my only damage source. Maybe we need a lightning ball or 2. Alright, that was the pen. Brilliant place, as always. I could have waited for that. That would have been a smarter play. Drop a Blizzard with the big nuke. But instead just... I'm blocking my way to victory. It's gonna be another one of those extremely slow fights. Consume a slot and gain better. I like that that's just repeatable as well. I can get more slots first, then I can remove a slot, and I get just everything is better. Kinda cool. And there's a difference between active and passive balls, but the passives are now just quite strong with the focus. When I end the turn, it's gonna be a lot of shields and a lot of nukes, and we can also block even more. You can hit me for 40. And we have double blizzard, like... It's actually adding up, but look at that shield, and it's still only 15 damage out of the lightning balls with the focus. But I could have done that with 7 lightning balls, and suddenly it's pretty cool. Big surprise, he's not actually done. But even if he goes into some kind of super phase now, I'm also spooled up. I have summoned so many frost things, my blizzards are huge. I can get a creative AI with more power cards. When I play a power card, something else in my hand is free. And we have a plasma ball also for more energy. 96 damage out of the blizzard with the pen thing. Come at me, bird brain, I have infinite shields, you cannot touch me. The ball juggler reigns supreme. I'm very confident for being on Ascension 1, like I have a long way to go if I want to make it all the way to 20 with any class. But maybe this is the one, this is more on brand. Summon a million balls. Can also do a run with no balls, try the other things. Even more energy. Like how much energy could you stack up? And if we can stack a lot, then I need just infinite card draw and you could just play the whole deck every turn. There's definitely room for some interesting builds, custom or not. And it's always incredible when you've had a run that's kinda slow, but then you get to the boss and that happens to be the easiest thing because now your deck has finally come together. And the combo I'm really going for here is the creative AI, which gives me a free, not a free, but a random power card every turn. So if I'm lucky, I get the one with more ball slots, so I can get the slots back. And then I just use the consume to make them better, like the balls are now 21 passive, 20 shields passive. They're pretty cool. And we have actually made it all the way this time. Big blizzard finish. 57 is not that big. But we find that the spire is alive. It has a heart. Does it need to be alive just because it has a heart? Maybe not. And when we reach the heart, we can punch it a few times and then it just moves up in the spire. There's more spire. I was told this was the top of the spire. Don't make me climb any more stairs. And here we find another 2 dudes to fight, which also have less health. That relic has really been super value. And with the Amplify card, okay, that's a super lucky draw. I get the buffer, which means I negate a hit. And I can duplicate it with Amplify to negate 2 hits. Wow, big math. And I get another free card because of it. I can summon the lightning balls and get AoE light. Fantastic. Things are really just magically coming together. Usually I find it's the reverse. I have a lot of cards. And I'm also spawning more cards. So it's a chaotic deck. But what tends to happen is I draw fine stuff during the run. Then I get here. And suddenly I draw nothing that I ever need. There's another mechanic here as well where the dude that is backstabbing me is doing double damage. But if I turn for 50% more damage, I think it is. So you need to have like actual attack cards to switch your direction unless you want to be super stabbed. And I don't have that many attack cards because we are all in on the balls. So I might run into a super bad problem here. Thankfully we have the magical seek card so I can get exactly what I want. But I'm also wondering where are we now, because now it's just dark here. And we have 2 weird growths out of the floor. One has a spear, one has a shield. But what are they? It's called the ending for a reason. This is probably where most magical ball jugglers go to die. But I think we might be on to a winner here. We have so many cards that combine all the relics. I especially like the... I spawn power cards, I play a power card, something else is free. Like I can play so many things. And more cards is more good, it turns out. So let's just add more cards. Retain, we can keep our hand if we have something that's cool for the next turn. We have reached the big spicy heart. He's doing a debuff first. Okay, we can set up the AI and then we can just roll from there. It's very much a gambling deck. Draw, get me some frost. Well, the aggregate is cool. We can get 1,000,000 energy and spend. And that's also a card that does not exhaust. So I can get all that energy again. The AI is up. We might as well just play everything. Like, well, why not? The big 2 damage blizzard. You can also cast the ball, but it doesn't really matter. So is this should be all the debuffs and all the trash cards. Surprise, he has everything from the entire spire. So when something is slain, it's not being slapped down to the basement to the whale for lunch. It's being absorbed by the heart, so that this thing has all the powers. And it's really just going to slap me for 50 straight up. This is quite harsh. Okay, I'm already half dead. We need to pray to the gambling gods. I have some cool block cards. I think we can delay this, but the problem with delaying is, sure, maybe I get more balls and stronger balls, but this dude is also ramping. And I'm assuming the big bad boss can ramp faster than I can. I really have a whole lot of nothing going on now. I have enough block already, which is cool. Get a lightning ball. But we need the power cards to pay off. And this is also many small hits. Okay, I wish I had some damage reflect. That would have been amazing. Gonna buff now. Double ball slots. Cool, and we get a free card from playing that. So we can basically hopefully play everything if I just get the... More power cards is more good. They are called power cards. But for all these power cards, I really don't have that many things to juggle currently. I have all the slots, which is great. And now we can just play through most of the cards. There is another problem here, in that if I don't have any block, I will take 1 damage every time I play a card. And he's very spicy, this dude. Okay, I basically... A buffer, the perfect card. Saved by blind luck. But we get some block first. And then we just play through everything. It made the slime card free, amazing. So I can play that to get rid of it, but it also hurts me to play it. But this turn it doesn't matter, because buffer will handle this big hit. But I can basically afford to not take a single hit ever again. It's do or die. 1 health, perfectly calculated, it's all I need. But this is another huge hit coming in now. I don't see a way out here. The Spire claims another victim. A juggler with no brain, only balls. If you would like to see more of the curse, check out the Ironclad's journey to count every cursed thing he can find. Thank you for watching.